As Florida prepares for Hurricane Milton, Governor Ron DeSantis today announcing that debris collection sites will remain open 24/7 as long as conditions are safe.
And that's the key. 10 Tampa Bay's Aaron Parseghian joins us live in St. Pete tonight, where they're working around the clock to get streets as clean as possible before Milton comes through. Aaron, there is so much debris out there right now.
Yeah, Dave and Courtney, it's evident when you drive through many of these neighborhoods around Pinellas County. Obviously here, though, the top concern is people's safety, and that's why they want more than 500,000 plus residents who live in zones A, B, and C to get out of here by tomorrow night. But of course, when you come around neighborhoods like this, we're in Shore Acres, what you see is out front of all of these homes, these piles of debris. We're talking furniture, appliances, electronics. There's a round-the-clock effort here post-Helene to get as much of this cleared up as possible. Well, officials press the public to heed evacuation warnings. Before Milton, there's an all-hands-on effort to clean up neighborhoods devastated by Helene. Across the county, state, local, and private contractors are dumping debris at makeshift sites like this one in St. Pete.
A lot of it's overwhelming because it's, you know what I'm saying, some of these houses are complete disasters. We're going into water was 3 foot deep. People's got boats laying in their pools and backyards, and yeah, so it's been kind of
Non-stop.
Yeah, it's a war zone out there right now is what I'd say.
The state's emergency response team building this 10,000-person staging area at Tropicana Field to assist with debris operations. Well, dump trucks receive police escorts from the barrier islands to drop off sites like the county's solid waste facility, now commandeered by the state. Last night, dashcam video from Florida Highway Patrol shows them taking down the fence at a secondary entrance to allow 24/7 drops.
There is a main gate that we have at the facility, and then we have a secondary one, and they saw it fit to open the secondary access for the processes and the work that they're doing out there.
Pinellas County officials say they will continue debris pickup until it's no longer safe for crews to do so.
Those operations, again, will continue. The state will continue its operations. So we are doing everything we can to remove as much debris as possible from our roads, from our communities. However, there will come a time when we really have to hunker down and make sure that we are protecting life safety, and that's going to be the focus moving forward.
And one thing the county acknowledges, and is evident by anyone who lives around here or drives around here, there is just so much debris, it's really not going to be possible to pick it all up by the time the storm comes. We're live in St. Petersburg. Aaron Parseghian, 10 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, so much to do, so little time. Aaron, thanks. This is a live look at I-4 as people head east. Right now, tolls are suspended across central and west Florida to help people evacuate. You can see an awful lot of people out there right now. The Florida Department of Transportation is also opening up the emergency shoulder lanes for eastbound I-4 and portions of northbound I-75. In 10 Tampa Bay, Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins joins us right now. Bobby, we're just looking for kind of a sliver of hope, but unfortunately right now it's not looking great.
But it's not set in stone, right. 700 miles away, right? And there's going to be some changes. We've seen changes over the last 24 hours, some big time changes, by the way. So again, this is not set in stone, but it is what it is right now. The forecast is honing in, and it looks like it's on top of us right now, so we have to be prepared for that. 180-mile-per-hour winds, just amazing, monster out there. The storm, relatively speaking, size-wise is still small, but the wind field will get bigger and bigger, and that will push more water, and that will eventually give us more wind here. We're going to have wind damage from this, right? We're going to have a pretty good swath of it. The bigger picture shows that it's 700 miles away, and you can see that eye wall. This is about as, it's starting to, it looks like it's coming in just a little bit there. This is about as good of shape I think it will be the whole time. The Hurricane Center says it may go to 185 here in the next couple of hours, and then it starts to weaken just a little bit. Again, it's really important to where this turn is, where it starts. If it starts instead of here, it starts over here, it may shift the whole thing south. If it comes up over here, it may shift the whole thing north. All right, that's something that we're going to find out really overnight tonight and tomorrow morning through about lunchtime. So we will, obviously you're getting closer to the event, you're going to know more, but that turn is key for us, and that will be happening late tonight and early tomorrow morning. And then there's another turn. So that will get here around midday on Wednesday. Now the timing has pushed back. Most of Tuesday looks okay. We will have some scattered showers. We have some out there now. We will be looking at now. I wanted to show you this because this went by real fast last time, but this is the difference between, or just comparing, the European in green, the green lines, and the GFS. There's not a big difference there. And they both are basically right over top of us. Not what we want to see. It does move away. Now, the European may be just a little bit further to the south. This is what's happening. There is a ton of wind shear, and that is this blue you see here. All right. This doesn't have a lot now, but it's coming up into it. And there will be some dry air in here as well, too. That's why we think it will weaken just a little bit. And you can see as we get into Wednesday, very close to us, see how it gets into that wind shear. That's part of the process that will weaken this, hopefully. Okay, that's what we're hoping for. Now, here's a look at the center line for the Hurricane Center forecast. I don't normally show you this because we tell you the cone. The center can go anywhere in the cone. But just to compare and let you understand why the surge numbers have changed, now we're looking at 10 to 15 foot of surge possible there. Here. Okay, and that's because this line is right up in here. If it came down here to Sarasota, that number would go way south. It would not be that much for the Tampa Bay area, but it would be high down here in Sarasota County. This is going to change, and that's what we're watching for. You look at the forecast now, this is similar. In fact, it's going to go up just a little bit more toward the north. This is the center line for the Hurricane Center, and now it's up here a little bit. See all the reds here? That is a forecast model forecasting storm surge. This is your 10 to 15 foot Apollo Beach, the beaches out here, especially Manatee. I mean AMI. AMI. We can't have that. And Longboat Key and even down to Siesta Key, right? This is a major hurricane. And wind-wise, we'll see the wind is going to be, we're thinking 80 to 90, almost 100 mile per hour winds. But the timing, again, looks like it would be late on Thursday night. So let's go over to Colleen and let's talk about some of those impacts in specific numbers, Colleen.
Yeah, so starting off in our northernmost counties, for the winds, 75 to 95 mile per hour winds for Citrus, Hernando, Pasco, rain 10 to 14 inches. And then again, remember the rain higher above the storm there, and then 5 to 10 feet for Pasco County and Hernando County. Surges a little bit less for Citrus County, but again, this could change. Moving into Pinellas and Hillsborough, these numbers are important. Winds even stronger, 80 to 150 mile per hour winds. And then we also have that 10 to 15 foot surge that has been updated. Again, timing is the same for pretty much everybody. You should be out on the road. You also have tomorrow morning to evacuate as well. And a couple areas here, again, the beaches, very important, need to be boarded up, need to be out of town. Moving into Manatee and Sarasota County, we have some impacts that are pretty much the same here. Again, dependent on that landfall, 80 to 115 mile per hour winds, rain a little bit less out that way. The least of the impacts will be inland for surge, but still expecting some strong winds. We're going to give you more after the break.